Hi everyone, welcome to Local Leads. My name is Rich and I'm going to be your host today. Today we're going to cover who we are as a company, what we do, and how we can help small businesses in one of three ways. There's about 15 to 20 minutes worth of material, so I'd suggest grabbing a pen and paper to take some notes and maybe jot down some questions. Let's go ahead and get started. Local Leads was founded in 2009, really with a mission statement to help mom and pop businesses with their internet exposure, or what we call their virtual doorway. And that includes everything from website design to listing management, review and reputation monitoring, as well as social media management. We really wanted to give the little fish a fighting chance in a big pond. However, what we found over the last few years is most small business owners have one of two issues. Either one, they don't have the time to learn how to manage their internet presence by themselves, or two, they don't have the money to hire it out to have somebody do it for them. And that's really where we come in. Over the past few years, we've transformed from just an internet marketing firm to a complete digital agency. So our new online business center brings all of a small business owner's internet presence into one screen. So listing sites like Google, Bing, Yelp, and Yahoo, along with social media sites like Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, can all be managed from one dashboard, making it really simple for them to learn how to do it. And we have three options that a business owner can choose from: a do-it-yourself option, a do-it-with-me option, and then a do-it-for-you option, where we'll do pretty much everything for them. But each option, no matter which one they choose, is really designed to fit the individual needs of the client. So let's talk a little bit about what we do. As I mentioned, we want to help small business owners with their virtual doorway or their internet exposure. But what is your virtual doorway? Your virtual doorway is comprised of four pillars, and these are things you're going to want to write down. The first of the four pillars is going to be your listings, all of the places that you're listed online. So places like Google, Bing, and Yahoo, plus about 300 or so other directories that you should be listed on, like side directories. Okay. Reputation is the second pillar. That's really the conversation online about you. What are people saying about you? Are they saying positive or negative things? And how is that influencing your ranks and the number of people that are calling? Okay. The third pillar is going to be a business's website. This is really personalized to them. The main thing that we talk about is that it needs to be mobile friendly. Everybody has a mobile device now or a smartphone. So if your website's not mobile friendly, you might as well just toss it and get a new one. And then the fourth pillar and the final pillar is going to be your social presence. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+. And this is really an area that most business owners that you'll see really neglect. And mostly because they don't know what they're doing. Social nowadays is not a nice to have, it's a must have. So you have to be active. It's not an option anymore on social media. Okay. So let's talk about why your virtual doorway is so important. The first thing we're going to look at is a phrase that Google coined as ZMOT, or the zero moment of truth. And this really sums up the challenge that today's business owners face, because no longer does advertising, when you do advertising in a small business, directly relate to the number of people that come in your store. Now, if you do advertising and a consumer sees information about you, the first thing they're going to do is a search, and they're going to start looking at the information that they find. That is your virtual doorway. The virtual doorway of a small business is everything online about them. Okay. Now, the good news is that we can fix any of the four pillars that a business owner is having trouble with, or we can assist them in learning how to do it. Okay, so let's talk about the first pillar of the virtual doorway. The first one is going to be listings. What is a listing? Well, a listing is really just a small profile page on the big website. So your name, business name, your address, your phone number, your website, and then some of them include more information about you, possibly reviews or the hours of operation or the type of payments that you take. But either way, a listing is just a page that has information about the business on it. And there's two ways that they are made. One is a manual way where somebody, let's say the business owner, goes into, let's say, Yelp and claims their listing. They put in all their information correctly, their name, address, phone number, their website, so people know where they are and have the correct information. Okay. Now, in the listings or in the number of listings, there's tons of listings online, probably about 1,000 or so or more. And we all know that there's important places to be listed and less important places to be listed. And so we're going to talk about the hierarchy of listings really quickly. The first is going to be obviously the top 4, all the sites we all know about: Google, Yelp, Bing, and Yellow Pages, where 85% of all the search traffic is from. These 4 are the most important places to be and have the right information. So the first thing that we do for a small business is in their first 30 days, we're going to go and claim and correct and make sure that all 4 of these main websites have the correct information on them. Because if they don't, 85% of the people that are searching are going to see the wrong information. Okay, so that's the very first thing we're going to do. The second tier of listings is really the secondary sites that all of us are on, but most of us really don't think about. So places like, maybe MapQuest or Instagram, Manta, HotFrog, Dex, all those places that are secondary sites, we still go to them, we just don't think about them all day. So these top 40 sites are also very crucial to be accurate. So the second thing we're going to do is, once we claim the big 4, we're going to sync with the top 40. We're going to update all 40 of these websites almost instantaneously with the name, address, phone number, website. So that way what will happen is it will start raising the ranks across the internet, because more listings have the exact same information. Okay, and that's really part of the game, is making sure that all of the information online about a business is correct. Now, the last tier of listings are directories, and these are really controlled by the 4 big data providers. And you can see the data providers here: Factual, Axiom, Infogroup, Newstar, Localese. And these guys combined have about 309 directories across the web that they're going to update. It usually takes about 6 to 9 months for us to push that information through these guys and get the other 309 directories updated. But once that starts happening, now we're going to start seeing some continuity across the internet about that local business, because the top 4 main websites will be correct, the mid 40 will be correct, and then these 309 will also be correct. And as you can see in this next slide, there's a lot of places to be listed online, and we need to make sure that every single place that a consumer could find a small business has the correct information for them to see. And what will happen is, once we start updating all of these listings, the ranks on all the listings will start rising. So the ranks on Google, Bing, Yahoo, Manta, all of those, the more information that is correct online about a business, the higher your rankings are. Okay, so that's really what we're going to do, and that's really where our technology comes in for us to monitor. Our technology, that online dashboard that I mentioned earlier, monitors all of these listings online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So 1, we can find out which listings are incorrect, and 2, if they become incorrect, we can go ahead and help them fix them. Okay, the more correct listings that are out there about our business, the higher the ranks are on the top 40 and the big 4. So making sure all these listings are correct is super crucial. Now let's take a look at the second pillar: online reviews and reputation. And you might be asking yourself, why are online reviews and reputation so important to a small business? Well, because a business's online reputation is really where consumers put their online word of mouth. And a consumer nowadays usually use reviews just like a referral. And you can look at it just in the stats here. 90% of consumers say their buying decisions are influenced by online reviews. So for a business, if they don't have it or have reviews, that's not a good thing. Okay, and if you come back to the 0 moment of truth that we talked about earlier, the first thing somebody's going to do when they see advertising about a business is do an online search. So do they want to see positive reviews or do they want to see negative reviews? So the very first thing our team does is going to run a report. Just like in every other step, we're going to run a report, see where they're at, see how many reviews they have. Are they positive or are they negative? Are they helping them or hurting them? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to work and we're going to start making reviews through their clients. So we're going to ask their consumers or their customers to review those small businesses and help spread the word about them. Okay, and there's a number of different ways that we can do that. We can help them by, possibly telling them to put an iPad by their checkout, maybe doing a mailer and doing a QR code on the back of a postcard, or one of the most simple ways that our dashboard allows us to do is just shoot an email. Ask them, hey, will you please go and review us? And as soon as they do that, the beauty is that once they review us the first time, or review a small business first time, we're going to ask them to put those reviews in other places. So if you reviewed them on Yelp, go ahead and add it to Google. Maybe post it on Facebook. So that way, other people are seeing the reviews in more places. The more people that see reviews, the more traffic they're going to get. And then the second way we can have those reviews spread is if the small business owner does it themselves. So if a small business owner gets an alert that says, hey, they got a new positive review, they could click a button and share that to Facebook or Google or Instagram or Twitter, so that way all of their fans and followers could see these positive reviews left by other clients. Okay, now the last part is the negative reviews, because that's what most small businesses are all very, very scared of, is what happens if I get a negative review. Well, our dashboard, when you get a negative review, the first thing the small business owner is going to get is an alert. They're going to get an email, and so will the marketing team. So that way they can effectively handle the negative review. Most people leave a negative review because they couldn't get a resolution from the business owner in the first place. Okay, and so the negative review suppression allows you to, hey, I understand you gave us a negative review. It allows the business owner to handle it before it gets pushed out to Yelp and Google and all those different places. Okay, so the client ends up voicing their opinion to you, not the whole world. And our technology reviews all of those 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just like the listings. Okay, we can look at how many reports or how many reviews they have, and anytime there's a new review, we're going to get an alert. The third pillar that we're going to hit on really quickly is going to be the website. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, this is really personalized to the small business. So I'm not going to go through or spend a whole lot of time here, but the first thing that we're going to do, just like the other two steps, is run a report on their website. And we grade it the same way Google grades a website. So how fast is the website to load? Is the information on there? And the very most important thing is it mobile friendly? Because if it's not mobile friendly, a consumer literally, if they go to their business owner's website and it's not mobile friendly, they're going to take one button, click back, and go to another person's website or another business's website that is mobile friendly and is able to be searched. Okay, the fourth and final pillar that we're going to talk about is just social. Like we mentioned at the very beginning, it's not a nice to have, it's a must have. Most small business owners neglect this area because they never went through a class saying, hey, how do you manage social media 101 for small business owners? Nobody's gone through that, so most people just neglect it. And that's really where we come in. We're going to go ahead and set up all of their posts. We're going to set up their accounts if they don't have any, and then find content for them to share with their followers. So depending on what level they come in at, a do it with us or a do it yourself or a do it for me, we're going to, depending on that, we'll determine how many posts we do for them. But we're going to get those scheduled out, so that way they're active on social media 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, so the four pillars that we can help with: listings, we can go ahead and update those and get all of those corrected. There's about 353 or so that we can go in and correct and make sure it is are accurate, so that way rankings start rising. We're going to monitor their reputation review, so anytime a review comes in, they're going to know it and know how to handle it. We're going to give them a grade and help them update their website. And then the last part is we're going to help them get active on social media. It's one of the biggest ways for new businesses to get their name out there is social media. And there's three ways they can do it. There's a do-it-yourself option where they can be mostly in control. They get our dashboard. We'll set everything up for them. But really, the day-to-day stuff is really stuff they're going to handle. We have a do-it-with-you option, which is our most popular option because it really gets us to set everything up. They have the dashboard also, so they can look and be engaged. But they're really in charge of just the responses. So if there's a review that comes in, they need to know how to handle that. But everything else is taken care of by us. And then the last part we have is a do-it-for-you option. This is very personalized also because it goes into SEO and things like that. And so usually this is our most expensive option, but we do everything completely for them. And we'll cover pricing in the exact details in another video here. So if you have any other questions, that's what we needed to cover today, what we do for small businesses. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at sales@localleads.us. And other than that, I hope to see you in the next video.